everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Lauren and welcome to my June wrap up. I have no idea how we are in the second half of the year, but we are. I get married in like less than 2 months, which is kind of fucking insane. But I read 37 books in June, so let's talk about them and make sure you have a hot drink to get you through this video because it's probably going to be long. I am going to try and make this as short and sweet as possible. I started off the month with Iced Out by Veronica Eden. Loved this. I had a great time reading this. I gave it 4 stars. I think it is fantastic. Brothers like rival. He falls first, boy obsessed, reformed playboy. Like Easton is everything you could want in a hockey boyfriend and he is fantastic. I loved this. I devoured every second. I would probably reread this for a fun like time. I think this is a really perfect hockey romance in my opinion. I then read The Teacher by Frida McFadden and I gave this like a 3 stars. I think it was good. I was very much like addicted and enthralled into like what was happening. Very unsettling. I feel like there's a lot of things that are like a little bit left unanswered unfortunately, but wild ride. I kind of predicted the twists, but I think it's an enjoyable thriller. A lot of people don't like this one, but I think it's a decent thriller, not a bad thriller at all. But like I said, I guessed a lot of the twists and turns, unfortunately. I then rated Baby Moon or Bust, gave it 2 stars, didn't love it. Really weird storytelling, wasn't third person, just the style was odd. It was okay, not for me, but it was not a bad book at all, so there's that. I then followed it up with Head Over Heels by Carla Sorensen. Loved this book with my whole heart and soul. This is opposite attracts. She's the grump, he's the sunshine. He's like obsessed with her. She gets sent off to the small town to like renovate her mum's like property and prove to her dad that, you know, she's worthy. A lot of like emotional baggage from both of the main characters because they both suffered like loss of their loved ones. I loved this so much. I can't remember specifics of it because I read it at the start of the month and it's been a while since then. But yeah, 4 stars. I think I gave it 4 or 4.5 stars. It was really, really good. I then read the entire Sutter Lake series by Catherine Cowles. Anything Catherine Cowles puts out is an absolute win for me. So I won't talk about these too much in detail because they are romantic suspense. But Beautifully Broken Pieces I gave 3.5 stars. This is Forced Proximity and like found family. Beautifully Broken Life I gave it 4 stars. This is small town romantic suspense. Opposites attract. He's a rock star. She's running from something. Great book, probably one of my tops from that series. Beautifully Broken Spirit is single mum. Brother's best friend, childhood friends to lovers, one bed trope. Perfection, 4.5 stars. I devoured every single second of this one. This is my second favorite in this series. Beautifully Broken Control unfortunately got a 3 stars. Not my favorite. Didn't gel with this story as much. Still really enjoyed it. It's a hidden identity, broken hero. He's a billionaire. It's an interesting one, but something about their romance specifically I didn't fully love. And then there's my favorite in the series, which is Beautifully Broken Redemption. This is also an opposites attract. She's a single guardian to her niece and nephew. Marriage of convenience, forced proximity. He falls first. Slow burn, utter perfection. The love that these two have for each other was my absolute favorite. I was like really hooked into the story from the start, but I wasn't in love with every connection at the start. But it definitely grew on me and I adored this series so much. Iris Kelly Doesn't Date, not a win for me. I think I gave it 3 stars. Something about these two, their connection just didn't stand out to me like the previous two. And the antics that occur are not that funny. Kind of silly, but it was okay. Not my favorite, 3 stars. I would still recommend it. Definitely a book that I would recommend. It is Fake Dating, which is one of my favorite tropes, but just not my favorite book I've ever read. It was an okay book. It was a fun time, would still recommend. I read 2 Sarah Blue books, 2 Omega Verses. So I read Protector's Promise. This got a 3.5 stars, I think. Probably my favorite in that series. It was really enjoyable. I enjoyed the storyline. Just not much to really say about it. And then Too Tempting, unfortunately, got a 2 stars. Too much happening, felt really messy. I then read Chasing Shadows by J.L. Skye. This is a college surf romance set up like near like the Byron Bay, a fictional town up near Byron Bay. And it's like reluctant hero, forced proximity. She's running from something. He has a pierced peen. A little bit of like organized crime vibes. I really enjoyed the plot. Really enjoyed this story. I then read Say You Want Me by Catherine Cowles and unfortunately this one did not do it for me. Something about the third act conflict really annoyed me and I ended up giving it a 2 stars. I was really enjoying like the first 60-70% of this book, but then things take a turn. It just didn't go the way that I wanted it to go. I didn't like the way things unfolded, but it was okay. I still would continue to read from Corinne Michaels. We sometimes have duds in our favorite authors' books, so there is that. I then read a book that'll probably sit with me for the rest of my life, but that is Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. This is a marriage and reconciliation story. Very heavy, but these two had such a beautiful relationship, such beautiful connection to each other. I adored this one. I think it's not for everybody, but Kennedy Ryan, anything she puts out will be an absolute winner for me. This one has touched my soul in such a way that I'll never forget. Like, honestly, I love seeing two adults learning to communicate and grow their connection again. That's why second chance is always one of my top tropes. I never loved it in the beginning, but now I love second chance. There is a reason why it's fantastic, and it will forever be one of my favorite tropes. I started the Hunting Her series by Eden Summers. These are all mafia romances. I'm going to speed through these super quickly. I have adored every single one of them. They're a very good time, very fun. Some of them more than others, but I'll talk about them now. So Hunter, which was the first one. This is like Hidden Identity. I was a little bit confused with the way that it was written. Not my favorite. This got a 3 stars. Decker got a 3.5 stars. This is like Bodyguard, Hidden Identity as well. Torian got a 4 stars. She's an FBI agent and they're like working on something. Very good though. Then we have Savior, not my favorite. It was decent, just it was more plot focused than romance, so it was just like missing a couple of things, but I think a 3 stars. Then the follow-up to that, Luca, got a 3.5 stars. I did enjoy this. This is about the same couple, 3.5 stars. They're all sort of meshing in my brain because I read them quite quickly together and I can't like separate them all. And then the one I finished off the month with was Cole. This got a 4 stars. This is the couple from Torian and they're coming together. This was like action-packed from start to finish. I had a great freaking time. 4 stars. I then read It's in His Kiss by Julia Quinn. This is easily my favorite Julia Quinn book that I've ever read. Fantastic. This is like, I don't even know what the tropes are in this, but this is Hyacinth's story. I really enjoyed this. You got a meddling aunt. They're like not fighting crime, but they're like trying to uncover some secrets and stories of the family. He's kind of not supposed to be with someone but like her, but I loved their relationship and I love their connection. Some people don't like Lady Danbury in this, but I love Lady Danbury and she'll always get a big tick from me. This is very enjoyable. And then read Hearts of Fortune by Ewin. Loved this book so freaking much. This is a billionaire stepbrother, kind of inspired by Magnolia Parks, but set in America. They attend college and the spice, the plot, romantic suspense. I cannot wait to see where this goes. It gets left on the cliffy. I genuinely don't know which of these boys is my favorite because they're all freaking great. I think I like Presley the most, but I also really like Sin. So I don't know. I love all of them. And I love Dempsey, like the FMC. So great. Highly recommend checking this out if you haven't already. I loved this book so much. That freaking cliffy. I'm just patiently waiting until the next book. Then I read The Husband's Secret by Leanne Moriarty. I've owned this for an obscene amount of time. Finally read it. You will see a vlog on this, so I won't say too much, but I'm pleasantly surprised. I think I gave it a 4 stars. I was enthralled reading this. This was great. You'll see a full vlog on this, so stay tuned for that, but I loved this. I then read something I never thought that I would read, but that was Manacled by Senlin Yu. This book is fantastic. Full vlog coming about this as well, so stay tuned for that. What I will say is, if you are hesitant to pick it up, don't be. It is like, it'll pull your guts out and stomp on it for sure, but there is so many beautiful moments in this book that kind of make up for it, and I think it's worth reading. So it's up to you. I think it is a very good read for a reason, and I loved it. I then read some more Candy Steiner because I'm in my Candy Steiner era and I love her to death. Blindside got a 4 stars. This is Spicy Coach, fake dating. She works as like the social media manager on the NFL, on the college hockey team, the college football team. He needs a fake date to try and win his ex-girlfriend back, but he falls very quickly for Gianna, and I love it. I love Clay. He is like a golden retriever MMC. I really thought that this would be my favorite. It is not though. It is very, very good though. It is very high up. There's just a little bit too much drama at times, and I wish Clay like spoke up a little bit more about the things that he was dealing with. Trigger warnings on this one because it is heavy, but I really enjoyed this. I did read Quarterback Sneak is my favorite though. This is Coach's daughter, neighbors. He falls first, and he falls like a little boy obsessed very, very quickly. And I love that this is a 4.5 star, an easy read. One of my favorites for sure. This is probably my second favorite to Candy Steiner book to watch your mouth. I then finished a series that I've been like trying to get through for a while and just haven't been called back to do it, and there's probably a reason. So I read Crazy Hearts by Emma Kelly. This is a 3-star. It was decent. A lot of their relationship happened off page, so unfortunately it was never gonna get a high rating. And then Knitted Hearts got 2.5 stars. Again, what the fuck was going on here? A lot of chaos, but I still finished it and enjoyed it. Literally those 2 books, like everything that happened like went out of my brain so quickly because I was like, why did I read that? Why did I do that to myself? I then read Enemies with Benefits by Roxy Noir. It was okay. This is like a friends with benefits, but they hate each other, and it's like a workplace competition. Felt a little bit juvenile. I think I gave it a 3.5 stars. I will continue her books though, because I think that it's just something, I think it was not necessarily her writing, it's just the plot doesn't do it for me, kind of bores me, and needs something a little bit more mature than that. So there's that. I then read Promise Me This by Carla Sorensen as well. This is a single mom, friends to lovers romance, 4 stars. Friends to lovers is never really my favorite, but she returns home because her daughter wants to be near the family again after being away for a long time in New York, and then her best friend has also returned from London, and she's suffering writer's block. She is a thriller writer, and she needs some peace, and her mum is constantly criticizing her, so she moves in with her best friend to try and find some peace. And yeah, I loved it. It was so good. Just not my favorite. Friends to Lovers is never really my favorite. Can sometimes be a 5-star, but most of the time it's not. I did finish the Hannington Brothers series by Corinne Michaels with Say I'm Yours. This I think got a 3.5 stars. I did enjoy this a bit more. Actually, no, not a 3.5. I think it was a 3. It was a 2.5 stars. The other one must have gotten a 2. This one, again, very chaotic plot, love triangle, very juvenile characters for characters that are like 30 plus, close to 40. Like, let's be a little bit more mature than that. So I then listened to The Enemy Trap by Maren Moore. I enjoyed this. This is an accidental pregnancy, enemies to lovers, hockey romance. Their best friends like set them up on this boat overnight to try and settle their differences. They end up boinking, and then they get pregnant. Really good, very short, fun, spicy time. It gets a 2.5 star because there's just not enough meat and potatoes to this book. It is quite short, very silly, very juvenile, but it was a fun, spicy time, and still something that I would recommend to most people because I think most people would enjoy it. I just kind of felt it was okay. Mid-tier book. I tried to read The Simple Wild because everyone and their dog loves this book. I DNF'd it like 60% of the way through it. I was like, I can't hack this anymore. Very 2016, very 2018, whatever the frick. She's not like other girls. He's just a perpetual grump. A lot of the behaviors of all these characters is just kind of weird. Not for me. I couldn't do it. So I DNF'd that. Hail Mary by Candy Steiner got a 4 stars. This is a forced proximity. Her house like floods. She needs somewhere to stay, so she moves in with her next door neighbor, who is also the reason why she like hates football players. Something happened to their past and she hates him, and he ruined her life, and he doesn't recognize her, doesn't know who she is. But it was really, really good. I really enjoyed this. I love the way that they sort of healed their relationship. He is like the ultimate book boyfriend. I loved him. But yeah, 4 stars. And then the book I finished the month on was an absolute banger, and that is The Plus Ones by Maisie Eddings. This is beautiful. Beautiful book. Fake dating, brother's best friend, no third act breakup, adults that learn to that know how to freaking communicate. There is heavy topics in this, so please check your trigger warnings, but the mental health representation in this is bar none. Like, it is so good, so well dealt with. I really enjoyed this, and probably one that I'll recommend forever because it is a great book that you can pick up at the Big W and read. It's accessible, and I loved it. So that's that. So this is some of the books that I read this month. I obviously don't read a lot of them because I read a lot on Kindle Unlimited this month and through the library. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tell me what your favorite book from June was. Mine would probably be Before I Let Go by by Kennedy Ryan. Loved that book so much. Highly recommend. But yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.